Going about your day. Maybe you're a little more tired than usual. Maybe your ankles look slightly puffy by the evening, but you brush it off. It's nothing, I just need more sleep. Maybe I ate too much salt. We've all done it. We dismiss the little whispers our bodies send us. But what if those whispers are the early warnings of something much more serious? Here's the truth most people don't know. Chronic kidney disease is a master of disguise. Up to 9 out of 10 people who have it don't even know it. It rarely strikes overnight. It whispers, quietly, through warning signs that are incredibly easy to overlook. My name is Hossam, and for the next few minutes, I want you to think of me as your friend who just happens to be a doctor. We're not going to go through a dry, scary list of medical terms. Instead, we're going to uncover those deceptive symptoms, especially one that's completely silent. Stay with me, because learning to listen to your body could be one of the most important things you do all year. Let's start with the most common deceiver of all. Have you ever felt drained, even after a full night's sleep? I'm not talking about just a bit tired. I mean the kind of profound, deep-seated fatigue where climbing a single flight of stairs feels like running a marathon. I see this constantly. Someone comes to me and they are just bone tired. They're having trouble focusing at work, they're dragging themselves through the day, and they've already diagnosed themselves. I'm just stressed, or it must be my age. And it makes perfect sense, right? Who isn't tired these days? But here's where the deception lies. This exhaustion can be a direct result of your kidneys struggling, for 2 major reasons. First, they're your body's master filtration system. When they slow down, toxins and waste products build up in your blood. This condition is called uremia. Think of it like trying to run your body on polluted fuel. Of course, you're going to feel exhausted, foggy, and weak. But there's a second, more surprising reason. Your kidneys act like a factory manager for your red blood cells. They produce a crucial hormone called EPO that tells your bone marrow to make more red blood cells, the cells that carry oxygen all over your body. When the kidney factory slows down, EPO production drops. You become anemic. This is why you might not only feel tired, but also constantly cold, even when others are comfortable. So that exhaustion you're blaming on your busy schedule, it could actually be your body's way of telling you that its fuel is getting dirty and its oxygen supply is running low. And speaking of things you might dismiss, let's talk about that swelling you could be mistaking for just a long day. Have you noticed your shoes feeling tighter by the end of the day? Your socks leaving a deep indentation on your ankles? You chalk it up to being on your feet too long, or maybe a salty meal. And those puffy eyes in the morning must be a poor night's sleep. These are incredibly common excuses, but persistent swelling, what doctors call edema, can be another deceptive sign. When your kidneys aren't working well, they can't balance fluids and filter out excess salt. That fluid has nowhere to go, so it builds up in your tissues, like your legs, ankles, and feet. But the puffy eyes tell another part of the story. It's not just about what your kidneys are keeping, it's about what they're accidentally losing. There's a protein in your blood called albumin. A good way to think of albumin is like a sponge that holds fluid inside your blood vessels. Damaged kidneys can start to leak this valuable protein into your urine. With less of this sponge in your blood, fluid can seep out into your tissues, like around your eyes. And this brings us to a clue you can actually see in the toilet. When was the last time you paid attention to your urine? Most people don't, but it's one of the clearest windows into your kidney health. You might notice more bubbles and think nothing of it, but if that foam sticks around, if you have to flush a couple of times to get rid of it, that's a major clue. Remember that albumin protein?
Chemically, it acts a bit like a soak molecule. When it leaks into your urine and gets agitated, it creates a foam that doesn't go away quickly. It's one of the most visible signs that the kidney's filtration system might be compromised.
Okay, so we've covered fatigue and swelling. But what happens when your body starts sending signals that are, well, a little weirder? Signals that are harder to ignore, but still easy to blame on something else. This is when the whispers from your body start to get a little louder. One of the most maddening symptoms is a deep, relentless itch that no lotion can fix. It's not like a simple rash. It's an all-over itchiness caused by the buildup of toxins irritating your nerve endings from the inside out. Then there's your sense of taste and smell. This one surprises people. Have you ever had food, even your favorite meal, suddenly taste metallic? Some describe it as food tasting off or losing their appetite altogether. That's because waste products in your blood can make their way into your saliva, changing the way your mouth and taste buds work. It's no surprise that when your food tastes like metal, you start to feel nauseous and lose your appetite. And the mineral imbalances don't stop there. It might seem strange, but your kidney health is directly linked to your bone health. When your kidneys struggle, they can't properly balance minerals like calcium and phosphate. This can lead to excruciating muscle cramps, but over the long term, it can also cause your body to pull calcium directly from your bones, making them weaker. It's a perfect example of how interconnected everything in our body truly is. All of these signs are whispers and nudges from your body. But now we come to the most dangerous kidney failure symptom of all, the one promised in the title, the one that's completely silent. Here's the frightening part. The most common and one of the strongest kidney failure symptoms doesn't feel like a symptom at all. It's high blood pressure. Here's why it's so dangerous. High blood pressure is a leading cause of kidney damage in the first place. The constant force damages the delicate filtering units in your kidneys over time. But here's the vicious cycle. Damaged kidneys are less able to regulate blood pressure. So the kidney damage makes your blood pressure even higher. It's a destructive feedback loop where each problem makes the other worse. And what are the symptoms of high blood pressure? For most people, there are none. You can't feel it. That's why it's called the silent killer. This also brings me to a critical misconception. People often ask me, what does kidney pain feel like? Let me be very clear. Chronic kidney failure is almost always painless. Pain in your back is usually a sign of a kidney stone or an infection. The slow, gradual loss of kidney function happens silently. And that silence is precisely what makes monitoring for the other signs, like your blood pressure, so absolutely critical.
So, what do you do with all this information? The goal of this video is not to cause fear. It's the exact opposite. It's to empower you with awareness. If any of these clusters resonated with you, the deep fatigue, the persistent swelling, the strange itch, or if you know you have high blood pressure, the answer isn't to panic. The answer is to get clarity. Here is your simple two-step action plan. 1. Schedule a visit with your doctor. Tell them your concerns calmly and clearly. 2. Ask for 2 simple routine tests. A blood test to check your eGFR, which measures how well your kidneys are filtering, and a urine test called an ACR, which checks for that leaky protein, albumin. That's it. A blood test and a urine test. Together, they are the gold standard for checking your kidney function. Your body is constantly communicating with you. The challenge is that it often speaks in whispers before it ever shouts. The great deceivers, fatigue, swelling, and all the rest, are easy to ignore when you're busy. But I hope our conversation today has helped you learn to listen a little more closely. Don't dismiss the whispers. Noticing these signs early can make all the difference. If this video opened your eyes, share it. You never know whose life you might save with a single click. And if you want more clear, simple health breakdowns like this, hit that subscribe button. Because your body is always talking. You just need to know how to listen. Stay aware, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.